And hello there, we're back with the AM show. I'm here with Roland Walker. I hope your morning is going good already and you can see ahead into the day that it's going to be great. Even if it's not, trust that it will be. Roland, so right now we want to bring in our guest who will today be our viewers. So that we can have this conversation. We want you to join us on Zoom. Roland has already given you the Zoom ID and a password as well. So we have just a few housekeeping rules, all right? We want you to look good when you come on TV. It's one thing coming on TV, but when you come on TV, you have to look good because there are people who are watching you. You want to also look good for the competition out there. For you. So we want you to have at least have a shirt on, at least have a nice background if you can. It's not compulsory. And don't be lying on the floor, really. I mean, we've seen some of the videos. Some of you are lying on the floor, you know, stuff like that. Roland thinks it's okay to lie on the floor.
Well, I'm thinking that's how they watch TV, but we have our ground rules, so okay. These are the house rules.
But they're not cast in stone. They're not cast in stone. I mean, you don't...
I think many of them are, since the way you mentioned them, they are. I mean, basically. But also, let's add that you have to mute the volume on your set because important. Usually it gives us feedback.
Yeah.
It gives us, so mute not on the Zoom itself alone, but your TV set. Okay. Please mute it or reduce it to 0.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, I agree.
Get it to 0.
So when you're not talking, you can mute it so that we don't hear someone talking and then we're hearing the background sound from your home. Okay, so Roland, are we ready to go?
Yes, we're ready.
All right, so we got you on the meeting ID. The meeting ID, that's 972-4668-4533. That's 972-4668.
And it has to be landscape too.
Yes. 4533. Our password is 285061. We've got our first 5 callers apparently. Let's get on with it. Who do we have on the line now?
Okay, so we have 5. We'll be taking you off after you've made the comment so that we can have a lot more people. Okay, so now we want you to introduce yourself. The gentleman lying on the sofa on the bed. What's your name? Okay, and Richie. Okay, so we have Richie. Who is Richie? If you are Richie, please raise your hand. Okay, and then the gentleman in the soldier shirt.
That's not a soldier shirt.
Okay, Richie. Okay, so
hi, Richie. Richie, good morning. How are you doing?
You're looking good.
Thank you.
Hey.
Richie, which of us, me or Roland?
Oh, both of you, Roland and you.
Yeah, I call American. So,
Roland, tell us where.
Bro, please. I'm Richie from Hawkeye, GRA.
Oh,
Ghana Revenue.
Thank you, Richie from Hawkeye. So we have everybody aggregated here.
Right. So okay, so let's start with Richie. The other ones, I don't know. The first person is speaking, but we can't hear you. Richie, how are you this morning? And what's on your mind? Share with us.
All right, I'm doing good. And I hope you guys are also safe.
We're blessed.
Yeah, we are.
What's on your mind today?
Please come again.
What's on your mind today?
Not too much, just work, then normal. Trying to mobilize some revenue for the states, you know. So
I see. How are you observing the social distancing rules and all of the COVID-19 protocols back there in the region?
Oh, sure. I think initially, most people were finding it difficult, like, you know, Volta region. So it wasn't that much. But when cases started rising, I think, they sought to know the reality at hand. So they were going by the social distancing and other protocols.
Okay. Richie, thank you very much for joining in the conversation. Roland wants to ask you something.
So the main thing is we're asking, the president says that the restrictions have been removed. Would you go to church if your church, for example, invites you that, look, the service is now opened? What would you do? what decision would you make? If you have a child or you have a guardian who has a child in school and the children who have to go to school, what would be your advice as well?
All right, Rose, thank you for the question. I think if I listen critically upon what the president said, he said upon consultation with the Christian leaders. So it means they also kind of voice out to the easing of the restriction. So if the time is due and the church leaders ask us to come, I think it's a good way to go. After all, this is what we were all yearning for. So for that, I will. And when it comes to the education sector, I think it's prudent for those in the higher institution, the universities and the final years in the SHS. For them, I would say their sense of reasoning is kind of high. So even if they go, they will kind of know how to go about things, write the exams, then come home safely. But for the younger ones, the kindergartens, for them, even when the teacher is with them, they are kind of moving helter-skelter. So for them, yeah, if I have a ward or I have someone, I have nieces that are small, I don't dance.
All right.
Richard, thank you very much.
We are not allowing them to go.
All right, Richard, we wish you the best for the day. So we're taking you off and then we'll go on to the next one.
Mr. Kwenu, Mr. Kwenu, how are you doing? Mr. Kwenu, you've muted your sound. Do you want to open it up so we can hear you? Great. Talk to us, Mr. Kwenu.
Can you hear me now?
Perfectly.
Exactly.
Okay. Good morning, Mama V and Roland.
Gifty.
Good morning.
Gifty.
This is Gifty, but it's okay to call me Mama V. I love that name.
Okay. Sorry for that mistake. My name is Kwenu. I'm calling from Sekwa.
Sekwa, for what to say?
Yes, Sekwa Town District.
Okay.
In the Bono region.
Yes,
all right.
Bono region.
Bono region is one of the regions
Okay,
that took a very long time to record a COVID-19 case. So the question that Roland asked, will you go to church now that the restriction has been eased? You know, talk to us.
Mama V, it's good that the president
Mr. Kwenu, it looks like we've lost you, have we? Can you hear us? Okay, so we have to go to the next person.
The gentleman in orange.
Yes.
Edward.
Edward.
Yes, sir.
Edward, how are you?
I'm fine, please, and you?
Okay, I'm fine, please. What's your view? Going to church, final year students in secondary schools as well as universities?
Okay, so with the school, I think with the final year student, it's okay. Because with the tertiary, with the secondary, and with the first cycle institution, I mean the JHS, it's good for the final years to go to school so they can finish with their school whilst they wait for them to be posted to their various continuing schools. But then with the church, I would say it's not that necessary because it's only an hour, okay? It's only 1 hour. So let's say that 1 hour can be used for consultation and other stuff. But then you being in the house, you can worship God yourself. You can do your own prayers. You can do your own fasting. All you've got to do is to just sit down. You get your Bible. You do your prayers and everything. So I'm thinking that with that 1 hour for church, it should be used for consultation for urgent problems, things that need to be solved, in a serious manner. Okay, so it's not necessary for you to go to church just because the president has eased restrictions on church. And let's say I'm staying at Kanishia, my church is at Wager. Before I would get there, that 1 hour is due. Okay, so I would say with that 1 hour, it wouldn't be for church, but then it would be for consultation and let's say some other stuff you would want to do with a pastor or with an elder or with an apostle. But then with the final year students, it's very good because they were preparing, especially with the BEC and the WASI students. They were preparing to write their final exams, but then when the incident happened, it drew them back. Okay, so they were kind of stressed out because they've learned a lot and they were ready to go out. Sorry, what the lockdown and other things.
All right.
Other things started.
All right.
They were being in the house for long and they couldn't.
Edward,
so
thank you very much.
It's good.
Well, we're having difficulties with your line, so.
But I think he's also made his point.
Yeah, he's made his point.
Edward, you make a very good point. You think that the churches should try and use that 1 hour to do more of consultation rather than have a mass gathering, which works. Thank you very much for your thoughts.
Well, thank you, Richard. Edward. All right. So again, we have to establish the rules before you go over for some messages.
Okay. So your phone. Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me to go through the rules. Please.
No, go through the rules. That's what I mean.
I think I've forgotten.
Well, you're lying. But in the first place, we want you to mute the volume on your set. Also, make sure the background is okay. We want landscape, so don't have a vertical leaning or erection of your phone while you're watching, trying to watch the feed, and then you get it right. We have some messages Gifty will go through before we admit the next batch of viewers.
Okay, let's see. I have a number of messages here, but the thing is that the messages keep coming, so it keeps pushing something to the next. Let me quickly take this one. It says, NDC people, you know, Ghanaians love politics. Yeah, so you can have an issue, a social issue, whatever, on board for discussion. Everybody will talk about the political part of it. So, Walanyo Inakotia says, independent body that EC is, and so shall it be. I only hope that the EC will provide legal basis to rubbish NDC's claim to ignore the compilation of the new register. Papa Joe of Big Joe Shoes near Kwadaso Onion Market. He says, may the Almighty God bless NPP for picking His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as presidential candidate for December 7th elections. Hi to Dr. Sharp of Imbu Steba Mixture. Mami Soja of Kwadaso and friends of Dr. Kingsley Nyako Kwadaso. Thank you, all of you in Kwadaso, and thanks for doing the watching as well. This one says, Roland, good morning. I wonder if you captured what the NPP Director of Elections said about their MP for Ayawaso West Wogon. That quote, she is doing well for the party, which means that the MP's duty is to cater to the interests of NPP members instead of the whole constituencies. Your constituents, you put a question mark there, so it's a question you're asking Roland. He says that this has been the central thinking of President Akufo-Addo and his government. They have centered on the interests of NPP party members against that of Ghanaians as a whole. And you go on and on, but finally he said the country is doomed with this modus operandi, which excludes the majority of Ghanaians from benefiting from the country's scarce resources. God save our homeland. Eric Ameto Kwame. Eric, thank you for sending in that message as well. OPK from Goso says, EC will by all means provide the evidence to the Supreme Court why voter ID cards is one of the documents for the new register, because foreigners are in the old register and Nana Addo has performed better and a good term deserves another. So 4 more years for Nana to do more. Regards to Martine J. Mensah Kosa, incoming NPP MP for Techiman South, and Nana Kwekumenu. Go so what Sanahene. Thank you for sending in the message. And it's good to do shout outs, you know, to get you all excited. Let's get back on Zoom. What's happening on Zoom?
Wow.
Whoa. And that's
okay, so we have the rules. Reduce the volume on your set. It should be 0. And please make sure you communicate with us with the audio on your phone or the tablet or the laptop you're using straight away.
And if you're not talking, someone else is talking, you want to put your mute on.
Mute.
And then
mute your tablet, your laptop, or your.
So let's start with the first person.
Hello.
Hi, go ahead. We can hear you. Kweku, go ahead. You're the one on air at the moment. Hello, Kweku.
Hello.
Hi, Kweku. Please go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning. The restrictions have been eased. You can go to church at least for an hour. at most for an hour, I should say. You can have at least 100 people. What do you think? Are you going to church this weekend?
No. We are not going to church, me and my family.
Why?
We are not going to church. No, because you see the way the cases are going high. I don't think it's advisable for us to be going to church. And I would love if the church leaders would stop this church thing, and so that we could find some vaccine. If we have vaccine, we could go to church. But now I don't think it's advisable for me to go to church. Even the 1 hour thing, it wouldn't be enough for any church service.
Okay, Kweku, thank you for your thoughts. You want to at least for the world to have a vaccine before you and your family will go to church.
No.
Yeah. So it's a no for you, Kweku. So we have other people. So let's get quickly to the next person. Perhaps we'll be able to go around and come back to you. Roland, we have Bilson.
Yeah, Bilson.
Good morning. Roland.
Yes, I can't see. So please wave your hand so that I know who Bilson is. Bilson.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Bilson. So now restrictions have been removed. Church this Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. What are you looking forward to? 8 children have to go to school last year of students, university, tertiary, and then second cycle. What's your view on all these and how you're living your new normal life?
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I'm a Muslim. I will not go to the mosque today, despite the fact that the president has eased restrictions for us to be able to go to mosque. Every individual must take responsibility of his own health, considering the fact that even PPEs that are supposed to be given to health workers to take care of us in the event of an escalation in this COVID-19 pandemic are not sufficient. So if you don't keep yourself at home and you go about to mosques, church, and schools thinking that when there is a greater pandemic, you can be rescued, you will be deceiving yourself. I am teaching in a college of education, and it is very risky the way the schools have been reopened. Remember that level 100, level 200, level 300 are terminal points for them to move to the next level for this second semester. So if you say 30 years to come, they are currently on teaching practice. So basically, basic schools are not in session. Definitely they can't go. The second years who are currently to move to third year, first years who are currently to move to second year, if they are able to
wrap up for me, Bilson.
End of second semester exams, must all come to the college, which is a burden for everybody, because we can contract the disease.
Okay.
Everybody is at rest now. So I think that the fact that
Bilson, I think that your point has been made. You think the timing, you think it's still not safe. First of all, you're a Muslim. You're not going to do Juma prayers today at the mosque. Thank you very much. I just need to indicate that we have just a few minutes to wrap this up. I'm very excited to see all of you. You know, that technology makes this possible. So you want to make your point in 20 seconds if that's possible, okay? And so that we don't have to, you know, take it on. Let's get to Edward Gordon. Edward Gordon, what's your own? Are you going to church or mosque? Will you go? Will you not go? If you can make that in 20 seconds, that would be great. Hi, Edward, talk to us. Okay, we've lost Edward. Let's go to Kweku Maxi. Kweku Maxi, where are you calling from? And will you go to church, the mosque? Which one is working for you? 20 seconds, if you may.
Yeah, I get to. I'm calling from Techiman, and then.
Yeah, a very good morning to you and your listeners.
Is it me?
Kweku Magazine. We said.
Yes. Yes. I think I'm Kweku Magazine.
Okay. Please go ahead. Kweku Magazine.
Yes. I think. Yes. Roland, I think the problem is our churches are not ready to contain the virus in the churches. They can't. For me, I think even our health officials are struggling to even contain the virus in the communities where the way it's spreading. The churches well, we've been allowed to go to church, fine, but that doesn't mean by all means everybody should go. Churches cannot. Even with the thermometer guns, getting thermometer guns are even a problem now in Ghana. So for me, I don't think they can contain the virus or can even check people. They can't control. How do you go to the church and leave your children behind? It's not possible. So let's take some time at least. Yes, it's not possible. Let's take some time at least. The leaders can meet for now. 20 leaders can meet and pray. Then they invite other leaders, So by the time we get to December, at least we would have known where to go. It's not possible now. They should wait. Churches that are rushing to go to church, I'm begging them. They should please wait for us. If it's a collection, they should wait. When we come back, we'll give them more. We beg them so that the thing doesn't escalate. Please, I beg them in the name of Jesus. It's not easy. Even with our health officials, they are struggling to contain the viruses in the communities.
Okay.
Look at the way it's spreading.
Right. Thank you very much. It's a very interesting point you make. It's not. Most of them have said that it's not because of the offering. They have said that they miss the congregation, as the Bible says. So, thanks for that one as well. Let's move to the next person. Who do we have next? Edward Gordon. Edward, talk to us. Tell us where you're calling from and whether or not you're going to the mosque or the church. Edward Gordon? Okay. It looks like Edward is not up for it at the moment. Edward, we might be able to come back to you. Next person. Nanayao, you're on. It's time for you to talk to us. 20 seconds, if you may. Church, mosque, school.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
For the church, I don't think I'll be there. But just a quick message for our final year students, just to say that as they are going, their lives are mostly dependent on them. And they should take a very good care of themselves, observe all the protocols and then what have you. I really appreciate the fact that the government is going to give them some other safety staffs to make sure that they are safe on campus, but I would admonish the universities to also put in place certain measures to make sure that they are safe, especially those continuing students who are in the diaspora. I will admonish the university to make provisions for them in the various halls of residence to make sure that they are safe over there.
Well, thank you very much. You sound like you're a lecturer. Well, let's go to Eugenia. Eugenia, please raise your hand and let me see you. And then please respond to the question just in 20 seconds. Restrictions, will you go to church or mosque, etc.?
Hello, yeah.
I
said Eugenia. Eugene. Okay, Eugene. Sorry.
Okay,
Eugene.
so we essentially, sorry, we're looking for a woman.
Okay.
Hello.
You sound like a politician too. Okay, so
hello.
Yes, Eugene.
Yeah. Good morning.
Mohammed. No, Eugene. Eugene, please go ahead. Okay, Mohammed. Mohammed, wave and let me see you, Mohammed. Yeah,
okay.
Shukran. Charlie, go ahead, Mohammed. Right. Well, we have to take a break, and thank you all for joining us for this great conversation. But in the meantime, if we come back from the break, we're telling you about that debate that we have with the Quizmaster.